into order. Invocation, Associate Pastor Ron Hill, Clearview Baptist Church.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we ask your blessing upon this meeting. We ask your guidance. We ask your wisdom. We ask you to protect from all division, from all disunity. God, I pray that you would be glorified in the way that people present things tonight. I pray that you would be glorified in the decisions that are made, the processes that are formed. God, be glorified in our county, in our city. Be glorified in our hearts. And I pray that above all else, we would seek your will for our town, for our city, for our community. I pray that you would bring revival, God. Let it start with us. Let tonight be a step in that journey. Thank you for our leaders. Pray that you would guard them, bless their families, bless them as they seek to make the best decisions possible for our city, for our community, and for our families. We pray your will upon every word spoken in this meeting. We ask all this in your son, Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you. Amen. Thank you. Now we have appointment Frankie Nobles, Employees Engagement Team, Employee of the Month recognition, and Employee of the Year recognition.
Good evening, Commissioners. Tonight I stand before you to present our Employee of the Month, Vicki Woodruff from DSS. She works in the child support. This is what her peers had to say about her. Vicki is an outstanding teammate. She consistently does her job, which is a critical starting point for the work that the rest of the team handles. To make sure matters that are time sensitive are handled effectively and efficiently in order to help everyone keep their workloads moving smoothly. Vicki shows great initiative in her role. She doesn't wait to be asked to do anything. She tackles duties and responsibilities head on to meet productivity that the clients that call in are efficiently routed to their caseworkers for assistance. Vicki is in her seat and ready to do her job each day. If she is out, then she has something that absolutely has her to be out. Her job is scheduled Monday through Friday, but if an emergency need were to arise, they feel like Vicki would show up without question in the event she was needed other than her normal scheduled hours. Vicki is usually the first point of contact when custodial or non-custodial parents call in. Sometimes those are not as calm nor polite as they could be. Vicki absolutely shows professionalism and respect with each person that calls in despite having been yelled at, belittled, or even cursed at. Vicki shows amazing patience and respect. Vicki assists many callers on a daily basis, routing their calls to the proper child support agent. She makes sure every person that calls in is given access to their caseworker in a punctual and polite manner to help make sure their needs, questions, and concerns are met. With that, all these reasons is why Ms. Woodruff is our Employee of the Month this month. And we'll have interim Director Cassandra Hart come up, and Ms. Woodruff.
Well, I don't have a lot to add because her peers gave such a good overview. But I will say, with the respect that she gives her clients, she gives the same respect to her coworkers. And whenever you see her in the hall, she's smiling and a positive attitude all the time. She's very deserving of this award.
Ms. Woodruff.
Good evening. So our Employee of the Year could not present this award tonight, so I have to do it. But our engagement team, a couple of years, branched the Employee of the Month award out to nominate an Employee of the Year, which the engagement team does. So we had 8 out of 12 people from May 2024 to June 2025 that we selected from. That selection process had 3 current engagement team members on it, so we let the supervisor score them. And out of those 8 people, Frankie Nobles had the highest score. So he is our Employee of the Year. And I can't say enough about Frankie's teamwork. His teamwork is way above anything that I've ever seen. He's always willing to step in, irregardless of what he's got going on, to help somebody else, whether it's an employee, a colleague, or a county official. He does what he can, even on his off time. He is truly above and beyond and really deserving of this Employee of the Year award. So we have a plaque to present to him, as well as a check if he would come. And I think his family is here to join in with this celebration.
And Greta, before you finish, I just want to echo everything that you just said. I've been in this role since November of 2023, and Frankie has been right along aside me, educating me on Vance County and just helping me in anything that I need. And we appreciate everything that you do every day, because you go above and beyond what anyone would ever do for Vance County outside of myself, because you know I love Vance County. But we just appreciate your dedication and everything that you do for us. So thank you so much. You deserve this for sure. Thank you.
And we're going to be having a reception in his honor on September the 19th from 2 to 4 in the courthouse atrium. So we hope that you all can stop by to congratulate him again. Stephanie, let's get this picture.
Yes. 19.
Tell the family to come up.
I know you got it.
Get his family up. Wait a minute. Carolyn, his family.
Yeah.
Can we get a picture of Vicky and her husband before we move forward?
She said, where her husband?
Carolyn, is you?
I hope you're all right.
Do I go back?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So when he was around, that's why she here.
And she wanted to talk to the child too. Janie,
Jamie.
all of them.
Oh, yeah.
Again, thank you all for the great work hard work that you do each and every day. Right now, we're gonna do public comments. When you come, please state your name and your address for 5 minutes. Eugene Minnick, Community Support. I hope I said your name correctly.
Good evening.
Good evening.
It's Eugene Myrick. It's okay.
Myrick.
It's all right. My name is Eugene Myrick. I purchased a property here in Henderson about 3 years ago. the initial purchase for the property, I had planned to move my in-laws down to the area. I actually own a home in Raleigh. Long story, longer. My in-laws ended up dealing with dementia. Mother-in-law passed away. My father-in-law can't live by himself. So we have that property here, totally remodeled, 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. And so what do we do with this property now? So my wife and I, we just started thinking about things that could possibly, how can the city of Henderson use the property? We realized that there's a need for like homeless vets. There are children aging out of the foster care system and group home system. There's a need for traveling nurses. But we've actually just finishing up remodeling the house now. And so I went to the city council meeting. I presented the same thing to them. I've been looking into like block grants and things like that, which I realized you have to have a partner with things like that. So I also wanted to come in, introduce myself to you all, and to let you all know that I have this property here. And I would like for it to be a service to the city somehow. But just to give you a little bit more of my background, I came to Raleigh in 1990 to attend Shaw University. I graduated from there in 94. And I actually worked in Dorothy Dix Hospital when it was a hospital. And I worked with kids there. There were quite a few kids there. A lot of folks don't know that. But now that it's no longer a hospital, I often wonder what happened to those kids. But I did go back to New York and I taught special education for 7 years. And but from that, I kind of got burnt out in special education. I worked in radio, and that took me from New York, LA, Chicago, Boston, Pittsburgh, but I always wanted to come back to North Carolina. So my wife and I, we purchased our home in Raleigh in 2019. And again, we're just trying to figure out how can we be an asset to the community. So we do have this property, probably less than a mile from here, 728 East Avenue. And just to figure out how can we, in the city of Henderson, use this property as well. And again, my name is Eugene Myrick. I will send you all an email to let you know where the property is and just to see if any of you have any ideas of what we can utilize that property for. Thank you for your time.
Mr. Maverick, for your nobleness, that's a noble thing to do. And I know a lot of time we have a lot of international teachers as well that comes in, and they need places to stay. So that could be another option. But thank you so much.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for that.
No, absolutely. Like I said, I'll send you all the email and any ideas that you all have
All right.
to let me know what we can do, possibly to partner together some way, somehow.
Well, thank you so much.
728 East Avenue. It's literally across the street from the church. I can't even think of the name of the church right now. It's a big church right there across the street.
All right, thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
Dr. Al Anobia, Veterans Grant. State your name and your address, please. Your address and your
Greetings, everyone. I'm Dr. Alanubia. Thank you. I came here about 2 months ago. I'm here again. I'm the son of an honorary discharged naval veteran. My grandfather and my father are veterans. And the United States Navy paid for me to go to college, graduate and undergraduate. Just want to read a statement into the record if I can. This is an urgent appeal to Vance County Board of Commissioners for a letter of support for the National Science Foundation Smart and Connected Cities, Connected Communities Grant. Esteemed members of the board, I am Dr. K. Alanubia, founder of the Magnetic Lighthouse Community Development Corporation and member of the Mentor Group, a North Carolina 501c3. I stand before you tonight to make a final urgent appeal. My team and our partners are asking for your help to secure $1.5 million National Science Foundation Smart and Connected Communities Grant. The absolute deadline for the preliminary proposal is September 8th, 2025. A component of our success hinges on a simple, non-binding action from this board, a mere letter of support. This initiative is intended to create a legacy of innovation for Vance County. It's a chance to honor our veteran stories with interactive holographic memorial, to pair our youth with our seniors in meaningful job training that closes the digital divide, and to establish Vance County as a national gold standard for Tier 1 communities, all with zero financial risk to the county. We formally presented this opportunity to you on July 6th, yet on July 22nd, we were informed by the county manager's office that support would be denied, with no reason provided. This administrative roadblock has stalled a potential academic partnership with the University of North Carolina at Charlotte, and now jeopardizes the entire grant application. I implore you, as leaders of this community, to look past this hurdle and provide a letter that unlocks transformative opportunity. Please do not let a $1.5 million investment in our veterans, our youth, and our county's future be lost. We need your support tonight. I've had 5 colleges as clients. North Carolina A&T State University was a client. Shaw University was a client. My P&L experience exceeds 100 million. We can do things together, and I thank you very much. I would have been here earlier, but the traffic from Raleigh, I gave myself an hour lead time, and I got stuck because I was supposed to be here at 5:15. But I'm grateful, I'm thankful, and I just wanted to be that for the record. I salute all of you. God bless.
You said this is just a letter of support?
Just a letter of support, ma'am. There's no financial binding or anything. You know, I've represented Accenture, Deloitte, PricewaterhouseCoopers. I've traveled all around the world. But I learned a long time ago that an ounce of gold or a ton of gold is still gold. And we have small businesses who don't understand key performance indicators. They don't understand OKRs, you know. And so my thing is, I took a conscientious, I have 10 grandchildren. My oldest son is 40, okay? So, you know, my thing is, while I'm young enough, pushing 60, I wanted to be able to give back to my community. So I walked away from a large corporate salary so I can come home and serve. Because what I learned a long time ago is intergenerational relationships between the old and the young is priceless. We can get money back, but we can't get time back. So if there's somebody within this community that's committed to developing relationships between our youth and our seniors and our veterans while serving the community, I think that's a noble cause. So I thank you very much again for your time. God bless you. And as my grandbaby would say, my G-Daddy is Googleable.
Thank you so much.
Salute.
Thank you.
And if I can I pass this to the secretary
Yes,
or
please.
yourself for good keeping?
Yes, please.
I sent an email to all of you earlier about an hour ago.
All right, thank you so much. Appointment, Frankie Noble, Special Project Manager, recognition of maintenance staff.
Thank you, Commissioners. This is kind of special to me tonight. Basically, I want to take a moment and recognize what I believe to be the unseen heroes. Examples of these are when you walk into a county building and it looks clean and it smells good, you don't think about who made it that way. Or when you walk in a room and it's bright and all the lights are working, and you don't think about who repaired those lights or replaced those bulbs to make it that way. They are all behind the scene. Mid-April, the maintenance of the Vance County Detention Center was turned over to Vance County Maintenance Department. In just 4 short months, the maintenance staff has made a huge difference in the detention center. They have cleaned, they have repaired, they have replaced, painted numerous cells and dorms, all while still doing maintenance and cleaning in the other county buildings. We do have a very small staff. At times it's frustrating and you feel like giving up, and it also can be hard work. But through their unwavering dedication to Vance County, they make it happen without hesitation. So tonight, I would like to recognize the maintenance staff that has been working beside me with the detention center project. I would like to thank them for everything they have done and will do on this project, because I know it's not easy. I am grateful to you and appreciate all your hard work. So at this time, I have each one of them that have helped with this project a little token of appreciation and award. So the first one we're gonna recognize, because some of y'all may not know our maintenance staff. First one, and that was just a pick of the draw, Tempe Young. This is an Employee Recognition Award for Tempe Young in recognition of your hard work and unwavering dedication to Vance County, your efforts to make a lasting impact, and we are deeply grateful for all you do. Thank you for making a difference. Thank you, Frankie.
Thank you.
Thank you. If you want to. Carl James. And I missed a memo to wear red, y'all, just so you know. And I actually had my red shirt in my hand this morning and started to wear it. In recognition of your hard work and unwavering dedication to Vance County, your efforts make a lasting impact, and we are deeply grateful for all you do. Thank you for making a difference. Mike Lumpkin. And some of y'all may not know or realize, Carl James started at the detention center working in maintenance and switched over to us. Well, his replacement was Mike Lumpkin. So Mr. Lumpkin has been in the detention center how many years now? 3.5 years. So he's seen the good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent. So we appreciate everything he does. In recognition of your hard work and unwavering dedication to Vance County, your efforts make a lasting impact, and we are deeply grateful for all you do. Thank you for making a difference. Jamie Lassiter. One thing I say about Jamie is while we're working on the detention center, we all know who he is because we can hear him singing. Employee Recognition Award for Jamie Lassiter in recognition of your hard work and unwavering dedication to Vance County. Your efforts make a lasting impact, and we are deeply grateful for all you do. Thank you for making a difference. Linnell. You'll see Linnell out walking around, making sure our grounds stay clean. Employee Recognition Award for Linnell Tarleton in recognition of your hard work and unwavering dedication to Vance County. Your efforts make a lasting impact, and we're deeply grateful for all you do. Thank you for making a difference.
Thank you.
If I can have all the red shirts back up here, please. Thank you.
And before y'all take the picture, I told the maintenance staff this last week when we met, but I just want y'all to know that we appreciate everything that y'all do. I told y'all that in person last week, but I want to say it again. Thank y'all so much because y'all work hard every day and it shows. So thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank y'all so much again. I work for the school system, and there's three types of people that I make sure that I acquaint myself with, and that's the custodian department, maintenance, the cafeteria staff, and the clerical, the administration department, because you be getting goods with them, you will always have, it carry you a long way. So again, thank you all for the great things that you are doing. Appointment, Freddie Harris, Sister Speak Life, Breast Cancer Awareness.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Can we pass these out? I did have a packet, sorry. Want all of our supporters to come on up and come around. And
You get your stuff now.
all of our supporters, just come on up.
Everybody's voting.
Yeah.
That's right.
They don't know what we're talking about yet. Okay, good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Freddie Harris, and I stand before you this evening as a two-time breast cancer survivor. And out of that journey came Sister Speak Life, which is a 501c3 nonprofit. And our goal is to inspire hope, provide education, and connect women to screenings and support services that's needed. So last year, Sister Speak Life, our first year, we were a part of, sorry, thank you. We were a part of 19 women, insured and uninsured, received mammograms. And we're believing that this year, there will be even more. Our theme this year is Pink Out Vance County. That's where you see Pink Out Vance County. So tonight, standing with me is the board of Sister Speak Life and our community partners that's here in support. And they believe, just like I do, the importance of awareness. So I'm going to turn it over, and each person will share with you something that's very important. So tonight, first, we would turn it over to Dr. Gary Smith.
Good night. It's a pleasure to stand before you just as well as Freddie has says. We are standing here in solidarity to get the whole county, city, to be aware of breast cancer. Breast cancer is one of those disease processes that affects us all, directly or indirectly. Somehow, you may have known someone who had it, is having it, or may have it. It's a very impacting disease. From a primary care perspective, it's one of those disease processes you're trying not to get too involved in because it's very, very emotional. And oftentimes we have to deliver the news to women and men about breast cancer. When you do a search, I think we had almost 60 women in the county last year who had breast cancer. And as Freddie said, last year we had 19 women who had a mammogram done through this organization, insured or uninsured. But nonetheless, we want the word to go out, everyone to be aware. And so this is an announcement a notice so all the personnel in this county can know that breast cancer is a serious disease, and we're trying to get everyone in that on that mind frame. So come next month and the month after, we're trying to get it out to everyone, as you can see, and you'll hear behind me the personnel who are coming to deliver the information to get the word out. And so we're going to show the support to this community. This is for all of us. It's not Vance County, it could be Warren County, it could be Granville County. We want to be the prototype to go forth so the other counties will see what we're doing and get jealous and jump on the same and movement. Because breast cancer, just like every other cancer, is serious. And so therefore, we are just bringing the news, the notice to us all. All of us are involved. All of us should get involved. And therefore, we just want to bring this to the board so that you can spread the word. If you're female of the age, get the mammograms done. Tell your neighbors, tell your friend folk, neighbor folk, church folk, everybody that this is an important event and it should be one to be taken serious. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Shonda Macon. I am a 5-year survivor of breast cancer. And if I had not gone early or been having mammograms, I may not have known that I had breast cancer. So I just want to stress the importance of early detection. Get routine mammograms because that gives them the knowledge that they need to compare each year. If you don't get mammograms yearly, then they have nothing to compare. So what they might see if you've gone regular, they may not see if you just go in spurts or once or twice. But luckily, I was going for my regular mammogram and they saw something. So they called me back. So early detection, they caught it early. So they were able to treat me. And as I said, 5 years cancer free. So I just can't stress enough the importance of going to get mammograms. Early detection is key. And you are the best person to take care of you. So it's your body, and you are the one that is supposed to take care of it. So you want to make sure that you're doing everything to preserve the gift that God gave you in your body. And so I just can't stress enough early detection. And as Dr. Smith said, tell everybody, the bus will be there on November 1st. So we want everybody to come out because we don't want to lose anybody to this disease. And the only way we can do that is early detection. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Erica Romero from HinFact. I wanted to thank everyone for listening to us, and thank you for the invitation as well. For my part is to invite all the community that non-speak English. This affect everyone, nationalities. So that's our job, to invite everyone, sharing all the information, and reminding that they need their physicals. It affects everyone, like she said. So we are here to share and support. And thank you again, everyone.
Commissioners, Madam Manager, my name is Tracy Madigan, and I reside at 1253 David Avenue. I am here tonight as part of Mrs. Harris's committee and as the Downtown Development Director for the City of Henderson, showing our support for the Pink Out Vance County campaign. We hope you too will support us. We will be visible across the county, starting in downtown Henderson, the heart of our community. We are asking every downtown merchant to put a pink bow on their doors starting at noon on October 1st. And the pink will stay up through the month of October, which is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The moment will set the tone for the entire county, a county that stands together in unity and hope. Because of your support, what begins downtown will ripple across every community in Vance County. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. So my name is Rick Gregory. I'm president of Coldwell Banker Advantage. So I work with Freddie Harris, who has been with us for a long, long time. And Freddie called me a couple months ago and she said, can we do something to better support all that's happening with Pink Out? So Coldwell Banker Advantage committed $2,000. Sounds good. So I forget, you tell me what I have to do. So, but for the mobile mammogram service, all of us are touched by cancer. My wife and I have the wonderful opportunity to get involved with the American Cancer Society on numerous occasions. And so when Freddie called me about it, we at Coldwell Banker Advantage have done a lot of business in Vance County over the years. And frankly, I think we could probably do more to give back to the community. So from my perspective, if this is just a small beginning of what we can do, I'm all in on that. I think everything that everybody has said, the great doctor had mentioned, and also about all the survivors, your early screening is so important. I think we all realize that, whether you're male or female. And so many people in our communities just can't afford, or they may be embarrassed to be able to come out. So I think if one of the things that we could do collectively is get the word out about the mobile screening, whether it be in the local newspapers, whether it be in your own businesses, whether it be things that we can collaborate on. It'd be great to be able to do a story or have WRAL come out and do a report on it. So we've got a lot of contacts. So if anything that we can do to help, we would love to help. Early screening makes such a huge difference. People in my own family, through early screening, it saved their lives and has actually allowed them to know what to do, going forward on a regular basis. So congratulations to all of you who are cancer survivors. It is a wonderful, wonderful experience. And the pink bow is awesome. So maybe we can get some on some squad cars, and then also, which would be kind of cool going around town, wouldn't it? Right? But also for our business, we'd love to be able to put it on there. And I don't know what it takes to make those pink bows. Does somebody volunteer to do that?
Yes, we're going to be providing bows at a cost of $15 per bow.
Okay.
And we're trying to encourage everybody in every neighborhood throughout all our industries and businesses to pink out Vance County.
Yeah. So when you guys, as you work through that, maybe we can help figure out how to do some more of those as well. So that's it. Just want to say, nobody I've met here before. So hi. And so we'd love to help out in any possible way. Right. So thank you very much.
Hi, thank you so much for your time. I'm Renee Straller with North State Bank. I partner with Freddie and just wanted to say that we're there to support her. We were there last year at the event. It was fantastic. And I know it can only be better every single year that we put it on. I've had 2 family members that have battled, and then 4 friends, including Freddie, that have battled breast cancer. So I think everybody probably in this room has had somebody that's touched and been affected by it. But thank you all.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Joanne Evans. I reside at 540 Evans Road. I'm the pastor of Divine Habitation Ministries here in the beautiful city of Henderson, North Carolina. So I stand here tonight on behalf of the faith, our community, and I want to say how honored we are to stand in partnership with you in this movement. Pink Out Vance County is not just an event. It's a testimony of faith, hope, and love. That's why our churches across this county are being invited for a Pink Out Sunday, setting aside a day to worship in pink, to pray for survivors and families, and to remind our congregation the importance of early detection. When the church and the community stand together, lives are touched, hope rises, and unity becomes visible for all to see. Thank you very much.
Well, I think time, but thank you all so much. But commissioners, we really want to thank you for allowing us this opportunity. It means so much. You've heard the voices of the support. Because of you, we will be able to, we're believing that we're going to reach more families this year. So I ask you if you would picture this. Peek out Vance County. You're riding down Garnett Street and Dabney Drive, and you see just a sea of pink ribbons and bows and just support. And you go into your communities, you know, where you all are, your wards, isn't that what is it? Your districts, where you are, and whether it's the city or the county, just a sea of pink. Can you imagine? You know, and can you imagine that it will make a difference for women, us, breast cancer survivors, to know that we have the support of our county that's standing behind us. Like, you know, Rick said, so often we don't do things because either we don't know or we're ashamed to follow up. And I just want to say, and I know we're running out of time, but AFLAC sent a letter. They support as well. And the piece about AFLAC is that sometimes we know we don't feel good and we don't follow up with not feeling well because maybe we can't afford it and maybe that money has to go to a bill this week. But, you know, so there are resources out there that when you are in a situation that maybe can help out. But, you know, you think in terms of every bow, every ribbon, every shirt represents unity, you know. And so the message that we want to send is unity. But I want you to imagine also, and I'll leave you with this, our children and our children's children, the story that they will tell about Vance County. In October 2025, Vance County pinked out, and people from Wake County, we have Wake County here with us tonight, that's standing in support. Cancer doesn't know race, boundaries, geographics, size, none of that. And I pray that we will stay focused and that we will fight together in unity. One color, one cause, one county, united. Thank you.
Ms. Harris, Ms. Harris, you said the
Yes.
bows was 15, are they selling the
These are
bows?
And on our website, you can purchase a bow as well. And in your packet, we have the flyers, and it gives some additional information in your packet about what's going to happen. So as Ms. Madigan had mentioned, that at noon on October 1, we would like for people to step out, whatever you're doing, and you're going to hang your bow. You would have bought your bow, you're going to hang your bow. And can you imagine just people just stepping out and hanging their bow, and this county just come together, united for a cause?
Yes.
And then at 5:30, we'll go down to McGregor Hall Library area, and we are going to do the unveiling of the Tree of Hope. And we'll have some other activities. And then on November 1st, we'll have the mammogram bus that will come to ACOC. So we encourage women to sign up to get their mammogram. If they don't have the funds, last year, we did 19 women, but we were able to get sponsors for 4. So, you know, we don't want anybody to go without a mammogram if they need one. If there's an overflow, last year we had the hardest time we got one woman. 2 times we tried this. Each time we would get one. And finally, I said, we're just not going to do it. And I woke up at 2:30 in the morning and I emailed Envisions, because you have to have at least 15. And I emailed Envisions and said, we're not going to do it. The bus needs to come. And do you know, we started getting the numbers, and not that we just get 15, we got 19. 19 women, and Envisions put on an extra hour to accommodate those women. And we were able to get sponsors to care. It's $200 to pay for the women. And it all worked out. And so we just hope that this year it would be even a greater number. And we stand with women when they need to get their mammograms. In fear, shame, whatever, we stand.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Madam Chair.
Yeah.
I'd like to make a motion that we put these flags or these ribbons on all of our county buildings.
Amen. All right.
And
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
we also link the pink out thing to our county website.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I also was going to ask the board to, the Monday that we come, that we all wear pink to represent in October, that we stand with you all.
Thank
The
you.
board. Yeah.
Thank you.
And I just have a question. Do you all, on your site, is there a way that we can purchase pink out shirts as
Yes,
well?
it is.
Okay.
So you can get the pink out t-shirts. They're $20. And so I have to go back in and put the different sizes, but the t-shirt is on there and the bows. And it's sisterspeaklife.org. So if you go to the website, that's where you would find it. Or just reach out to some of us and we will make sure that you get a bow.
Motion.
We got a motion. Second.
We got a motion.
Okay. And we have pins tonight. Okay, good. All right.
We got a
Very
motion
good.
and a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much. That's good then. So y'all put on your pink shirts. I see you.
Your pink shirt.
What's the date on October?
Is it the first?
October the 1st.
And
No, it's
the sixth, October the 6th. Okay, our next appointment. So October 6th, we all work pink.
Leo done made hers. October the 6th, we're gonna wear pink.
I got pink.
I know you got pink. Tommy got pink.
You're very colorful, I know.
Our next appointment, Dr. Cindy Bennett, Superintendent, need-based application.
Good evening,
Good evening.
County Commissioners. John Souther, Chief Financial Officer, and we also have a board member with us, Ms. Linda Cobb. But we would like to begin, first of all, by saying thank you. Thank you for the increased funding this year from the County Commissioners for capital, as well as the increase in the local supplement and the addition of a supplement for our classified employees. So let me begin again by saying thank you. We appreciate it. We're here this evening, and this is a rather tight window, and we apologize for that. But the district has the opportunity to apply for a public schools capital grant. Being in Tier 1 county, we've never applied for this before. And the grant is based upon 14 campuses. We cannot apply for anything for our early college. It's on the campus of Vance, Granville. And then, of course, we have 2 schools on another campus. So each of our 14 locations, you will notice there is a grant for. What actually is this grant all about? Well, with ESSERS, and we did receive $12.9 million. We did our very best to use that money for capital improvements that heretofore we had not had the opportunity to create improvements, capital improvements, whether it was HVAC systems or other things. So we tried our very best to use those funds wisely for capital improvements. But this capital needs grant allows us to apply for $47.2 million as a school district. The match from the county is 5%. Now, I know this seems like it's a very quick turnaround, and let me just tell you, the grant opened, the window opened with guidance on August 15th. The application came online on August 18th. And the response, the grant and the signatures, should you vote to support us with the match, is required back to the Department of Public Instruction on October the 3rd. So we're not asking for a vote this evening. We know you need some time to look at the information before you. But we did want to say that this is a wonderful opportunity. And since Vance County has not received this type of grant before, and we meet all of the criteria at the highest level, we feel very positive that this could be a potential to bring $47 million to the schools in capital needs for things that otherwise we would not be able to do. And I'll step aside and let Mr. Souther talk a little more about some of the items in the grant. When it goes forward, should we receive a match, a 5% match from agreement from the county commissioners, then DPI and the team will make a decision as to whether or not they will approve one or all 14 of the applications, because they have to be broken apart by site. So they might look and say, 3 schools will approve these, the others we may not. But should all of them, all 14, be approved for a total of $47.2 million, the match from the county would be $2.3 million over the life of the grant. So within the first year, should it be approved, we would not expect any expenditures. Once it's approved, specs, plans, whatever is required would have to be developed and designed, sent back to the Department of Public Instruction. Their architects and engineers would have to approve them, and then we would put things out to bid. So this could be anywhere from 3 to 5 years worth of capital improvements to our schools. Having said that, I will step aside and let Mr. Souther tell you a little more about some of the items for each of the grants. Mr. Souther?
Can I ask a question real quick?
Yes, sir.
You said based on, in terms of what the match and everything would be over a 3-year period of time, would all have to be at one time, right?
No, sir. It could be from 3 to 5 years, actually, over the life of the improvements.
Okay.
And so, for example, if they did approve, we did receive approval for the entire $47.2 million. And the first 2 years, only $5 million was used. It would be then a 5% match on the $5 million. Okay? Mr. Souther?
Yes. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Very quickly, when you have time to review these applications, a lot of things you'll see the same because the needs are the same at most of our campuses. And some of those needs, you'll see intercom and audiovisual upgrades. That part of that would be for security purposes. Security and fire alarm system upgrades. Of course, we want to make our campuses as secure as possible. And one of those ways is to create security vestibules at their entrances. We have about 3 campuses or 3 schools, I believe, who already have a security vestibule. So when a visitor arrives and is buzzed into our building, they are held in, I'm going to use the word held, in a small room before they can get access into the building. Most of our campuses, definitely all 10 of our elementary schools, once you get buzzed into the elementary school, you have free reign. So you're kind of on your own to make sure you go to the front office, but we want to stop people, make them go to the front office. So that is one thing we do want to use this money for. Ceiling and floor tile replacement across the district, LED light replacement, which would save energy costs. Some schools, New Hope Elementary is one of them, uses a sewer lift. And so we would like to upgrade those lifts where they are at our schools, paint the buildings, interior and exterior window, door replacements, restroom upgrades, ADA compliance upgrades where needed. So those are just some things that you'll see on these different school applications. Like Dr. Bennett said, the total is $47 million. Each application would need to be approved individually, and then we could send it to the state. Of course, the state would approve each one individually or deny, depending on their metrics that they have to look at. And then we would hear back from them. So this is a process. This is nothing quick and long-term. So 3 to 5 years we're planning on. A lot of these upgrades or items that need to be done would be done during school is out over the summer holiday or over Christmas or spring break holidays when the kids are not in school, because these are construction related items. And this money is definitely not used, just to make sure you understand, not used for central office. That's not allowable in this. So these are just for our schools where our students are. Is there any questions that we can answer?
I got some questions. First question is, of these things that you're looking at upgrading and doing, are things that need to be done no matter what? Am I correct?
Yes, sir. These are things that we would have to eventually come to the commissioners for over time to request money for these items.
So this is a deal where you might be able to get some money where you wouldn't be coming back to us for money. You would be having, I'm trying to be.
That is true, sir. When roofing projects and other things that we certainly don't have the money for, but have to be handled, the repairs, the renovations have to, instead of having to come back every year for, we need another 3 million, another 5 million. Should we be able to get the capital needs grant, it would be funding for things that must happen in the next few years. Roof replacements, window replacements, safety and security measures.
So when
Yes,
is
sir.
this? So when is this grant terminated? What I'm asking is, you said 5 years. So in essence, is this grant from 2026 until 2031 or 30 or what?
The state did not put a start date of, for example, January 2026 to December of 2029.
So you don't have any, you don't have
No.
a starting date or end date?
No, sir. And the reason being, when you're talking about construction or some of the renovations, it is a much longer process. And there are things that would have to be done when students are not in the facilities, as
You're
John
not giving a
said.
time limit
So it
on-
will
you're not
take
giving- you're not-
longer.
You're not
than-
giving a time limit on when you have to do them.
No, sir. We do not have an end date within the grant. Now, when they approve it, they might say this project for said school should be accomplished in 3 years. This one might take 5. This is the funding that many districts across the state have applied for, and some who have actually been awarded this particular grant, they've built new campuses, new facilities, entire new schools.
So in essence, as far as this is concerned, are you, and I may have missed this, but are you asking for the total to do all of it, or are you asking each one of them to be done individually?
Each of the 14 would need approval from the county commissioners to say that you are willing to, should the state say, we will give you the money for this campus upgrade, that you would be willing to support with a 5% match. Now, once it goes to them, if you decide as a county commissioner that a group that you are willing to sign off on all 14, great, we'll push all 14 to the state. If you only are willing as a group to sign off on 10, those are the only 10 that can go to the state. Then the state decides if they are willing to fund one or any of the 10.
So we're looking at 2.5 million versus 47 million.
Yes, sir.
And do you think that within what you're doing, do you have more critical needs in some schools than you do others?
We could prioritize it that way, but in full transparency, the things that are listed by site are all required by site. The safety and security issues, the roofing projects and other things like that.
So they're all important.
They really are, sir. When we have with the septic, the sewage or whatever lift station now, I'm not a plumber. I know a little bit about it, but and the fact that those are things that 3 or 4 of our schools have, and the water is pushed a long distance. Those things have to be replaced right now, or at least within the next year. We are just trying to figure out how we could pay for those kinds of things. We have roofs that are leaking. We have roofs that if we can go another year or 2, we would be okay, but that's about it. We were able to replace all but just a couple of the HVAC systems with the ESSER's money. That's why we tried to do things that were sustainable. We did not take the ESSER's money and create new positions or add major bonuses or salaries. We did not do that. We tried to use it for things that were sustainable and mostly for facilities. You can see that's provided, that information shared with you as well in your packet.
Do you have a variable? Do you have a, what if we were to decide to say something like about, we'd love to help you in any way we could and help these schools, and they came back and told you, do you have an opportunity to vary these projects within the 5 years?
So I think if I'm understanding your question is, if the county commissioners signed off on the 14 projects saying that should we be awarded the 14 projects and the $47.2 million, then we have the money, we have the projects. Is there any variability then?
Is there any variability in when we could, in those 5 years, when we could have, you could have to set up, to start the project and to do the project?
Yes, the variability really is a window of opportunity from the time that we have approval for the funding, then we meet with engineers, architects, et cetera, and they can set up. We might say, now this roof is leaking. We really need to do this one first. Could we start this project? They might do the groundwork for that project on paper first. But yeah, the bid process, all of that.
So you can vary it.
Yes, sir. That's why they did not give us a definitive end date, must be spent by at this point in time.
But what you are saying, so each school, when you send in, if we said 14, if we pass 14 through, so each school gonna already have the repairs that's needed at their school, right? So we do, is that the way it go in?
Well, I can say that if you approve a 5% match and the Department of Public Instruction approves the $47 million in the capital improvement grants, then all of our schools at the completion of the $47.2 million grant season would have, from ESSER's or the grant, new HVAC systems, new roofs, new windows and doors, external, internal, and would have safety vestibules and would have up-to-date current working intercom systems, which would enhance safety tremendously.
So you're doing an overall versus each need, which when you send the application, so you're doing overall versus what each school need.
It is based on school and what each school needs, but in full transparency, for example, here's one, most schools need about the same thing. If we were able to provide the new HVAC system with the ESSER's funding, they still need a new roof. Okay, or they still need painting, or they still need new windows or the safety vestibule. So you'll see a lot of similarities, but yes, there are things that are personalized just for that site because of its location.
Dr. Ben, I wanted to ask in terms of this particular grant, this has been out there before, the grant. We have never applied for it.
No, sir. Vance County has never applied for it. Earlier, I would say in the past 3 to 5 years, most of the focus of this grant truly was on new facilities.
Okay. And since it's been out there, what schools that have you looked at in terms of within are there any schools within Region K or in our area that have applied for and got the money?
Yes. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, can I speak to that as well? So when I was deputy county manager in Halifax County, Weldon City Schools, Roanoke Rapids School District, as well as Halifax County Schools applied. They're tier one. All three counties got new schools. All three school systems got new schools. And so that was 21, 22, 23, 24, and they're just starting construction. So it does take a while for the projects to start. But when I talk to the association in March or April, it's highly likely that we will receive these funds when this application goes through because we're tier one. And otherwise, we won't have the funding to be able to support the school system.
And Warren County.
Yeah, Warren County, okay.
We don't want to be tier one, but that may be an advantage, right?
It is. You know, there's a silver
It is.
lining, sir.
And Warren County did receive this, I think, last year or year before, and to build a
What
campus.
money did they get?
I'm not sure which one they applied for.
Oh,
There's
they building a new
They
school.
building a
Okay.
new school.
Huh?
They are building a new school.
Is the amount of the grant that we did on each one of these projects due in the beginning of the project or at the end of the project?
The match is only due when the work is at, for example,
The work is completed?
yes, yes.
That's all.
So by the end of the year, if we have completed one project at the high school, then 5% of that expenditure is what the match is at that time.
It's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer.
Does, you talked about LED lighting. Is any of that eligible for the Duke Energy packages? Where they do the grant programs?
We can certainly look into that. We are in a energy management contract that we signed nine years ago, I believe. So we do have that energy management savings contract going on right now, but I can certainly talk with Kevin Perdue, who could not be here tonight, and see what can be done with that as well.
I'll be honest with you, we tried to make sure that these were the things that were top priority that we get done, but we knew we did not have any way to pay for them. Full transparency.
And so my recommendation, and I talked to Dr. Bennett and Mr. Souther earlier. And so my recommendation, of course, I'm in full support, but I would like the opportunity to look at our finances over the next 2 weeks. And we have a work session, which we can make a special call meeting for you all to act on it. I just feel like we need to look at our fund balance before voting on this tonight. In full support, but I would like to see our finances because we also have to think about capital projects that we have as well. But in full support, but we just need to look at our finances a little bit.
Anyway, we had to discuss it.
Yeah, right. So in 2 weeks.
One thing that I was leading to, I'm not asking for vote, but one thing that I was leading to was it looks like from what you're saying is you can vary. This is not something that you're looking at the $2.4 million.
Right.
You're
All at one
looking at
time.
a variable and you're looking at it over a 5-year
Correct.
period.
That's right. And we also had a conversation about the capital outlay that you all get annually anyway. And so there's a possibility that some of that could be reduced to be able to support this as well. So I just need one final look because this turnaround was very quick. I think the application window opened up August 18th. And so we were just running in circles trying to figure things out. So if we could just make a decision at the special call meeting that we'll have in 2 weeks, I think that'll be better.
Talking about things that they got to do anyway.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Right. It's a no-brainer for sure. So are you all okay with that? Okay. All right.
Here's you came at the right time.
Thank you again.
Thank y'all.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
your time. And on behalf of the board and the employees, we appreciate the increase this year in the supplement. I really wanted to voice that openly from the team. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next appointment, Sheriff Curtis Brain. Request to extend detention center emergency pay.
Good afternoon.
Good
afternoon.
First, I'd like to thank you all for allowing me the opportunity to speak. And I just want to say appreciate for what y'all have done thus far. The funds that you all provided for us to have deputies go down to work at the detention center has been a great and huge success for us. Has minimized the damage to the facility, has minimized the contraband that's been coming into the facility, has minimized the assault on both inmates and detention officers at the facility. And what I'm asking at this point in time is you all continue with this until we can get a handle on our staffing. Yes, we have hired 12 additional employees at the detention center. It takes a minute to get them trained. I'm not certified. It takes a minute to get them trained. Even if you got a job at a grocery store, it takes you a minute to get trained. At the jail, at the detention center, it takes a minute to get them trained. Once Captain Petrina and his staff get these people trained, and then y'all can cut this funding out. But right now, today, we need it. We need the extra staff, the deputies going in to assist my people. The correction action plan from DHHS mandated by the state, we're meeting that to a degree. We're working on that. So if y'all stop it today, we're gonna be back in the same position we were 2 months ago. So I ask you to consider it. And I think if you look at the numbers, what we were talking about, it's not that much more money that we're asking for because we're using lap salaries. And I have a document. If I prepared this document, I would know everything in this document, but I didn't. My captain prepared it. So y'all please give him your attention, please.
And can I ask one question before you leave?
Ma'am.
Because when we talked last week, you wanted a 30-day extension, and now you're asking for 4 or 5 months, I think, it's through December. So I'm
Up
just
to
trying to figure out what
December,
changed.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what changed between last week and this week?
To
'Cause-
make sure, first off, we got 12 new employees.
Okay.
They got to get trained. And then in that training, we got to send at least 5 to 6 to certification school, and that's gonna take 6 weeks each.
Okay, but deputies aren't trained to work in the facility either, right? I just want to confirm.
They're not trained to work, but they are law enforcement officers and knows a
Okay.
lot of things that
Okay,
a person off the street cannot do.
okay, all right,
Yes.
okay.
Good evening.
Hey, what are we, I'm hearing this and I'm hearing, I have a couple questions.
Yes, sir.
First question I got is, how much money are we talking about? Because you said 2 weeks and now they're talking about what?
So the original, when I talked to the sheriff last week, I asked him how much longer he needed, and he said 30 days. And the request
How
from,
much money is 30 days?
I don't know. It depends on how many deputies they assign and how many inmates they have. How many
Right
inmates?
at $33,000 a month.
How many inmates you got right now? Because I heard they were like less than 50 as of today.
Well, you take, excuse me, last week, we had 108.
Okay.
Some of these counties are sending them back to us, and we bring them back to court, and it takes a minute to get them back to those facilities if they accept them. Right now, we're between 45 and 50.
Okay. And so you still need this amount of coverage for, so at one point you
It's
had
not only
100.
it's not only the coverage, it's the transportation. We're going from the mountains to the beach. 2 people will be on the highway all day long going to a county picking up inmates to have them back in the court. Either doing it on Friday or they gone all week.
Okay.
So it's both in custody and transportation, Ms. Elster.
Well, I was looking at, so
We've
what are
spent,
you requesting? How many months are you requesting now?
We're requesting to December.
You said it's 33,000 a month?
Yes, ma'am.
And how much we already spent?
483, 550 since April 1st. And you've already extended the policy for 2 months.
But again, we're
480.
using lap salaries from 9 positions.
Yeah, but still, even though you're using lap salary, it's still coming out your budget. It's still a lot of money.
Yes,
That's all. That's my
and I totally
concern.
understand, but
That's my concern.
we got to look at the safety issue.
Yeah, I understand. I said, but I
We
see.
had to continue to look at the safety issue of both inmates and the detention officers and meeting the state's minimum requirement. We got to continue to look at that.
I want to ask what's going to happen after December 31st.
These 12 people will be trained. They will not all be certified, but we got to have 6 of them certified before December the 1st. We got to have 6 of them certified before December the 1st. And after that, if we don't, then we have to fire them. Training standards change their rules in certifying deputies and detention officers.
So it's not a year anymore?
No, sir.
So Renee, what happens after December 31st in terms of these ads for emergency pay now?
Hopefully we had 12 people trained, Mr.
What's going to be the situation we're going to be in terms of money-wise after that?
Well, if we already spent almost 500,000 since April, May, June, July, August, in 5 months we spent $500,000. So if we go another 5 months, we're gonna spend $500,000 if it's still managed the way that it's managed. So, and of course, I'm not involved in staffing because that's outside of my authority. But $500,000 since April 1st is excessive in my opinion. That's a lot of money.
How
And I
much
just
are we over budget right now?
we're not over budget at all.
Doing it with lap salaries and
Yeah,
so forth.
correct.
So it's
Right.
within our budget.
It is. It is.
How many prisoners do we have in April?
In April before the 170, 160.
And
Because we,
so we had when we did the first deal of this, there was 170 prisoners in our jail.
yes, sir. And that was the reason we put it in
And so
place.
what are we at now?
47. How many inmates do you have?
So we have 45 in the jail right now.
45.
Total across the
So we've dropped from 170 to 45. Has its expenses stayed the same?
Yes. You mean as far as overtime?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it has.
Well, I don't understand how you can go from 170 to 180 to 45 and still have the same amount of overtime.
And that's my concern. But do you want to speak to it, Greg? Because I don't know.
So what we're experiencing now is we have inmates across the state, all the way as far as
Can you
Cherokee
pull your mic
County.
up a little bit for me?
Yeah, absolutely. Can you hear me better now?
Yes, that's better.
So we have inmates across the state, all the way from Cherokee County out to Brunswick County, beachside. So what we did in just the last 28 days, our last pay period, we used 337 hours just transporting inmates to court and medical appointments. So due to the depopulation order, though our in-house population is down, the efforts of the staff, the burden on the staff is far, far greater. So now we have to take 2 to 4 out each day from the detention facility to, provide the medical care, the due process that comes with court and medical for every member of our community that has been scattered, 5-6 hours away from Vance County. So it's a far greater expenditure of staff and time transporting them back and forth. And though we are under the depopulation order, it is a much greater burden with inmates not in-house than it is outside.
So you're saying when they need medical care, you got to go way up there, bring them here to the doctor?
Yes, ma'am, we do in most cases.
And how often is that happening?
So we, every day, we have between 2 and 4 transport staff running 8 to 12-hour shifts, day in and day out, Monday through Sunday.
So who determines when they receive the medical care? I mean, do y'all set it up and say, okay, today we're doing?
Yeah, they schedule appointments just like anyone else in the community, depending on their needs. So not all of them need that, but for instance, we have Superior Court, twice a month in some cases, and we've got to carry, like in the past 2 weeks, we carried 46 inmates from across the state, which raised our population numbers. Our total population is 197 across the state, including the 45 in our facility. And then we were expected to carry, an additional 46, got us over 100 inmates in the facility. And then we had to get them all back out due to the depopulation order.
What's the average? The prisoners we don't have, you only have 47 down there.
Yes, sir.
And obviously y'all have been done a great job getting them out. The other prisoners is 100. How many that are out in other prisons now, other locations, other jails?
So as of today, that number should be about 153.
Do what?
Yes, sir.
153?
Yes,
What's
sir.
that costing us per day?
And that was going to be my next thing. I know you talked about lap salaries for keeping the policy, but we did not budget for housing inmates in other facilities. And so that's another $563,000 that at some point I'm gonna have to come to the board and ask for money for that, because the lap salaries, of course, is gonna be eaten up with the emergency pay policy. So I understand what you're saying, Sheriff, but at some point I'm gonna have to come to the board and ask for more money. So lap salaries, I get it, but it's just not fiscally responsible to extend it to December 31st.
How many receiving emergency pay? So how many of you employees are being paid that? Does everybody understand?
Only thing I have is the hours. Do you know how many?
Total hours?
Yeah.
How many people are getting those hours?
We paid 9,671 hours at $50 an hour since April 1st. So 9,700 hours, almost 9,700 hours.
Yes, ma'am.
But I don't know how the staff members are assigned. I'm not involved in that. The initial policy allowed exempt staff and non-exempt staff members. So if this board had a desire to extend this policy, we need to look at the policy and revise it, because exempt staff should be excluded. We got to work on that because we got to get this cost down. We have to.
That's where I'm at with it. We need to spend some time going over the plan and probably need to make some revisions to it to try to tighten the belt a little bit.
So Renee, can I ask you this?
Yes, sir.
I can't get it around my head, the cost of the repairs, the cost of what it's costing us with prisoners in other locations. the cost of what we are doing in overtime.
Yes, sir.
And I think we had a cost of insurance too.
Yeah, health and, yeah, absolutely. We're in the process of looking at
I'm
that
trying to
contract.
get my head around the total cost. And I can't, I mean, how much money are we talking about we're spending?
It's a lot.
Listen, it's
So-
obvious we need a new jail. I'll be the first to say that.
Yeah.
But we need to put down the daggone cost of what we got, so we got enough money to do the jail.
And that's my concern. At some point, we won't have enough money to do a jail. I'm just gonna be honest.
What's our per diem for inmates that are in our jail right now?
In the jail?
60, anywhere from 65 to 75.
65 to 75. What are we paying per diem for inmates that we've got in other facilities?
Depending on where they're being housed, typically between 60 and 80.
So we've got that cost, whether or not they're here or somewhere else. The additional cost is in transportation. Is that correct?
Medical, just like he said, like Captain said, if an inmate in another county they're gonna take them to the hospital, but they're gonna call us to sit with them. So we may be out of county. We got to pay for hotel expenses. We got to pay for 2 officers going to a hospital in another county. So that cost just continues to add up.
Is there going to be a point that we're allowed to have more inmates back in our jail?
That's the question that I imagine we need to sit down and discuss. When are these construction companies gonna come in and do more than Frank and his team doing? I mean, who's gonna do the work? Is Frank and his team gonna do it, or the construction company can come and do it? I know Frankie, they're doing a great job. I take my hat out to them, but I imagine there are limitations to certain construction work at the detention center that needs to go ahead and begin undone.
Oh, yeah, we're in the process of working on that, but the real work won't start until October, November. And we already knew that.
Renee, what is your opinion of this, and how do you feel what we should do?
Well, my real opinion is ended on September 30th. But I don't want them to be in a situation in which they don't have coverage. So my recommendation is to allow staff to review the policy and try to reduce the cost as much as possible. I wish I could say ended on September. I want to say end September 30th. But as I look at the justification, I do want to just have one more look at the policy to see what we can recommend.
So you want to table this
until our work session in 2 weeks.
I mean, that's what you feel like you need to do. You're the manager.
178. Okay, all right. So that's my recommendation, y'all. Just to have us look at the policy one more time, because I think we need to exclude exempt staff. Because a lot of the exempt staff members are making a lot more money than the non-exempt staff. So we just need to look at it and see how it's managed.
Madam Chair, you want a motion for that?
Yes.
You got it.
Commissioner Berman, were you going to say something?
Captain's presentation. He's up there.
Oh, sorry.
I pretty much, I covered a lot of what we have. The biggest thing I want to say is we're making great strides in the detention center. It's a safe place to be housed. It's a safe place to work. And all that is due to the supplemented staffing. There's days where I have 1 to 2 detention officers in there. And if it wasn't for the supplemented staffing from law enforcement, from the deputies and from the sheriff's team, we most likely could not get the job done on a day-to-day basis. And it becomes unsafe for the members of our community that are incarcerated. So all I can do is, request and plead, please don't take the wind out of our sails. We're soaring and we're rebuilding, we're revitalizing, and we're getting it done for Vance County.
So I do have one question, because it was communicated to me via phone call that the inmates are still tearing up the repairs that were done. Is that true? Because if you have adequate coverage, then that should not happen. So I'm just curious.
So we haven't any monetary damage since June.
Okay.
That was our last.
I heard differently. So, okay. All right. Okay.
I have a question I want to ask. Okay, so what we do, we have inmates that, like you said, they are all over the state. But then we also, we have a contract with an agency to provide medical services. So even though these inmates are not at the jail, is there any reduction in what we are outlaying for? So we're still paying these medical, our medical under this contract, but then yet we are going and paying again for the people in the other agent, in the other jails. Is that right?
That is correct. The only thing you're getting is bed space only when the inmate goes to another county. And then if they're sick, they make sure they get the medical attention. But our medical provider and Vance County is still responsible.
Are they getting, based on contract, the same amount? Or have we reduced the contract because they're attending fewer inmates?
That's something we're negotiating with now. I think Jonathan just got the new contract today, so we're negotiating that.
Yeah, we had asked for them to provide us with the current amount and then an additional steps in the per diems. Unfortunately, they didn't include much of what we asked, so I'm in the process of revising that and trying to get that back.
Should you have that by our work session?
2 weeks, probably.
Probably not. Based on prior, I mean, I can tell you based upon prior working with this group, I'll be surprised if we have something in the next 30 days.
Yes, the contract expired on June 30, so we don't have a contract right now. We've been chasing down this contract for months with this group. So, yeah, since January, we've been trying to get, since January.
In the history for jail healthcare, they know they have the sheriffs and the cannons over a barrel. They kind of charge us anything they want to, and unless we negotiate and try to figure it out.
So I guess my next question would be, when you're making that determination as to who you're gonna send to other jails, do you take in consideration that if you leave a person who has medical issues here, they can be treated by our own medical facility instead of paying extra versus sending somebody who's relatively healthy, and then something happens and we gotta pay, get like double, we're paying double. We're paying our own medical staff, and then we're turning around and paying in the other facilities because we only get bed space. Is that right?
We do, ma'am, but when we have 195 inmates, we do the best we can. We try to handpick the ones we send out of town. We do.
So do you try to keep the ones who have medical issues
We'll have
here?
serious medical issues. Matter of fact, the other counties don't want them. They prefer we keep them, so we try to keep them.
So are we paying for people, say, some people have high blood pressure, so they're gonna need constant medication. So are we having to pay these other
Ma'am,
facilities to get them their medicine?
everybody who comes to Vance County Detention Center have medical problems because they know the county pays for it.
So we're paying for that too?
We pay for everything. People know that.
All right, so we got a motion to table.
I made a motion to table.
Second.
So we got a motion and a second in discussion. All in favor? All opposed? Ayes have it. So
Thank you for your time.
we're gonna open the Water District Board Committee report.
Y'all have any questions about the,
Just a couple and looking at the report. They don't show any pothole road repair on here, and we've been told it's been fixed. And I went by there and it's been kind of fixed. Why didn't it show on the report? Who's doing the reports? Okay. And John Greer still hasn't called this constituent back that he's been supposedly calling for the past month. I've got some concerns about our contract.
So
How are signups going with the discount we've got going on right now, Frankie?
Moving along. I'll check on that repair.
I mean, I think they made an attempt to repair them, but somebody told me they weren't.
When I talked to
it's cold in here.
the actual maintenance guy, I told him I'm going to go fast.
Okay.
Are the water taps up?
Yes.
Have they caught, all of them are caught up? Great.
They're keeping up with them.
So how many water taps, to follow up with what Dan said a little bit, how many water taps have we have made since this program went into, we voted on?
I can't tell you the exact number, but I can find that.
Give me an approximate number. I ain't gonna nail you. 50 to 100?
I don't want to say.
He's scared to death. I don't blame him.
75.
Oh, that's fine. That's between 50 and 100. It's working, is what I'm trying to say.
It is working. I'll get you exactly.
Well, I'm so proud of the fact that it's working and we're moving forward. I understand in the new section that we're looking at, it's being added now, you're looking at probably 100, 200 taps in that area.
The original sign up was 210.
That's what I thought, 210. And do you know what that'll bring us to a total number of,
Right now, we're at, I think reports at 1889.
so it's gonna put us over 2,000, which is beyond our break-even point. Yep.
Yeah, we've got 1,531 metered customers and 1,909 customers altogether.
And yeah, and if you do the others, you'll add 200.
Yeah, 200.
You go over 2,000.
That's great.
Great.
And we're getting a lot of sign up from other phases right now, too.
Well, that's one of the reasons that we went in with the cheap $100 and some tap, because you wanted to pick them up in the other phases too.
One thing, Frankie, we need to have communication with our code enforcement. I think there's a house that's being constructed on Chavis Road right now. They just dug a well. And they're within 300 feet. So based on state plumbing code, they should be required to connect to the water. So we need to make sure that we're having that communication.
That's a county requirement as well.
They're not required, are they?
That's a county requirement, not just a state building code.
Not state.
Yeah, so I mean, so we should be checking that, some way when somebody gets a permit, we need to, either through the health department or through the inspections department, they need to identify whether or not there's water available.
Well, the thing about it, Dan, what you need to let the people know, which is a no-brainer, that if you pay $130 for that tap, or either you ended up paying $2,000 to $3,000 for water for a well. That's a big damn difference.
Last well I got was a lot more than 2,000.
I think if you let them know the facts, they jump all over it.
I do not.
I just made a comment, $150 is cheaper than 3,000.
You got that right. Any more discussion? Water board closed. Assistant County Manager report.
Good evening, Commissioners. This is for the county vehicle use and maintenance policy. The county staff have conducted a comprehensive review and revision of the current vehicle use policy to support consistent implementation across all departments/offices. The updated policy is designed to mitigate potential liability risk and to establish a uniform standard that can be applied countywide. Adoption of this policy result in the repeal of the existing provision within the county's personnel policy, with the revised county vehicle use and maintenance policy serving thereafter as a standalone document. Staff's recommendation is to repeal the current policy and approve the revised vehicle use and maintenance policy. Also, I believe in your packet at your desk, you have the comparison between our current policy and the policy we want to implement.
Where's that?
It's with the paperwork up here. Yeah. And so one of the reasons that we wanted to pull the vehicle policy out of the personnel policy is because some elected officials choose not to sign the MOU and to abide by personnel policy. So by having a vehicle and maintenance vehicle policy standalone, it's a county policy. So everyone must adhere to it if you drive a county vehicle. So that's why we're removing it from the personnel policy.
There were some things in there about people driving personal vehicles and getting mileage reimbursement
So we're,
and being out and having to check the driver's license
In the current or the,
in this proposal, what I was reading.
so I think that was also in the previous policy as well.
you mean with the points? Is that what
About
you're talking about?
driving the count. You talking about driving the cars and getting,
Driving personal vehicles, it said, based on what I was reading.
For business purposes. So if they're driving
yeah.
for business purposes, if they are driving themselves on county business, that is when their driving history gets inspected.
Even if I'm driving my personal vehicles.
Oh, yeah.
because going forward, you won't be able to drive your personal vehicle if there's a county vehicle available.
Right. We have some
But
enterprise.
if your driving record is so bad, you're not going to be driving for county business.
So you're saying elected officials are exempt from this?
Yeah, this doesn't apply to you all. Yeah, no, this is the employees. Yeah, yeah.
Employees?
Yeah, yes, sir.
No,
Yeah.
So you got a bear?
No, I didn't,
Yes, sir.
Oh, no, that doesn't apply to you all.
Y'all are
One
exempt.
thing on page 7 of the document, there's a typo where it should have said card, and I think it said car. It
Okay.
was right. It said that,
Page 7. Where it, Ms. Commissioner Berman?
it's actually at the top of page 8, and right before the parentheses.
Wait a minute. Top page 8, where is that at now? I see maintenance. Well, do I need to read the whole sentence? Is it up under F, G, or H, or at the sentence at the top?
It says, it says and maintenance car.
Oh, so let me go back and look at it.
On page, at the top of page 8.
Should be card.
Oh, okay. That's what okay. I didn't know what you said, what you were saying it should be.
All right.
Okay. We'll fix that.
And then also on page 9, when you're talking about the violations and possible points, you've got major violations, minor violations, and then minor violations minor being 4 and 2. So there should be some different terminology
yeah.
there, maybe.
Okay.
No, because it's minor violations that are assessed 4 points, and then it's minor violations that are assessed 2 points. So it's a distinction in the number of points assessed for each of those occurrences.
Okay, but it'd be great with some other terminology possible. It just appears that,
I don't know what other terminology we would use.
yeah.
What would you recommend we use?
I don't know. Major or minor?
Infraction, right?
Infractions.
I got you.
Mm,
We'll check it out. Any other comments or concerns or questions about this policy?
Get a motion. With pleasure.
I make a motion that we accept the Assistant County Manager's report.
Second.
Got a motion and second, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. County Manager report.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening again, commissioners. So the first thing on my report is just a breast cancer awareness month proclamation. Breast Cancer Awareness Month is an international health campaign that is held every October. The month aims to promote screening and prevention of the disease, which affects 2.3 million women worldwide. Known best for its pink theme color, the month features a number of campaigns and programs conducted by groups ranging from breast cancer advocacy organizations to local community organizations. So the recommendation is just to approve the proclamation in support of Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
I make a motion that we approve the proclamation in awareness of Breast Cancer Month.
Second.
Got a motion and a second, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
Okay, so the next thing is Fall Litter Sweep Proclamation. In the spring and fall of each year, the North Carolina Department of Transportation sponsors cleanup campaigns to beautify the roadsides of the state. This year, DOT is sponsoring its Fall Litter Sweep campaign from September 13th through the 27th of 2025. Vance County encourages individuals and organizations to support this effort. The recommendation is just to approve the proclamation, designating September 13th through the 27th, 2025 as Fall Litter Sweep in Vance County.
Motion that we adopt the proclamation.
Second.
We got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
Okay. Next, item C, fireworks permit for tourism. The Vance County Tourism Department is requesting approval of a fireworks permit for its New Year's Eve celebration at Satellite Park at Car Lake on it says December 30th, 2024. So it's the 31st really on a Wednesday? I don't know.
What
It
day?
says 2024, it should be 2025.
December 31st.
Is it on a Wednesday? It is? Okay. Oh, it's not. It is. Okay. Wednesday, December 31st, 2025. According to Tourism Director Pam Hester, the TDA will obtain the necessary permits and approvals from the North Carolina State Parks and the Corps of Engineers, and the show will be contracted with a professional pyrotechnics firm, which has the appropriate credentials and insurance coverage. So the recommendation is just to approve the request from tourism for a permit and fee waiver to discharge fireworks at its New Year's Eve celebration at Satellite Point at Car Lake planned for Wednesday, December 31st, 2025, contingent upon the necessary approvals from the fire marshal.
Make a motion, we approve. Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
So the next item on my report is the opioid settlement funds, and I'm not going to read all of this information that's in my report, but there's a new wave of opioid settlement funds from different pharmaceutical industries, and these manufacturers will pay varying amounts under the settlement agreement over the next 5 to 10 years. The North Carolina Association of County Commissioners and the North Carolina Department of Justice have negotiated and prepared the third settlement agreement for additional funds to provide for the equitable distribution of the proceeds of the second opioid manufacturer settlements. So funds coming to North Carolina will also be receiving funds from the funds coming to North Carolina from Purdue or Sackler settlements would be subject to the equitable distribution of the proceeds as set forth in the MOA, which has already been approved by the board. But the recommendation tonight is just to authorize the county manager to execute the settlement agreement so that we can participate in the new wave.
Move to authorize the county manager to execute the settlement agreements.
Second.
We got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
Okay. The next item on my report is the city and the county inspections agreement, which is in your packet. And of course, Jonathan and I work with the city manager to pretty much get them back in the agreement, the original agreement. So a lot of the terminology is the same from the original agreement, but also from the extension as well. So the city is requesting to come back into the agreement effective October 1st. Moving forward, and they'll have 180 days if they decide to come out of that agreement. So the recommendation is just to authorize the county manager to execute the agreement with the city of Henderson's manager.
So they decided they didn't want to get their own department.
Correct. Yes, ma'am. They want to come back under our umbrella.
What's the pleasure? We want to go home. What's the pleasure of the board?
Oh,
But you're making a motion?
Yes.
I make it.
I didn't know what was going on.
My computer died on me over here. I'm sorry.
I have a motion, a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes woke up.
Wake up.
Okay, so F is our work session report about the opioid committee. So the board held its August work session on Monday, August 18, 2025. Staff discussed the current opioid committee makeup and advised the board that it has not been updated since 2023 and its membership remains the same. Staff recommended restructuring the committee to include a broader, more inclusive membership. Suggested members include 1 to 2 commissioners, the county manager, representatives from the health department, a representative from our LME, MCO, law enforcement, EMS, social services, courts, and reentry programs. Service providers such as treatment and harm reduction agencies should also be included. Community organizations, local business leaders, and individuals with lived experience are considered critical to ensure equitable outcomes. The committee will serve in an advisory capacity only. All recommendations will ultimately be presented to the board for final approval. of opioid settlement spending. The board gave staff direction to move forward with the above recommendations from staff. The vacancies on the committee have been advertised effective August the 19th for 2025. And that's just for your information. And you all actually have some appointments tonight. So, and the next item
Yeah,
is
wasn't there?
you have some appointments for your opioid committee tonight when Kelly's.
Carol and I, when we were at the meeting recently, had some discussions with some counties that were doing some things, and there's some interesting things going. There's some very interesting things going on. When you say so, Carol,
Yes.
What, some other things that counties are doing?
different counties are doing different
Yeah.
things and everything. One, actually, what Burlington was doing something with
Women's
children
shelter.
and parents and everything.
Women's shelter.
They were renovating the house and everything because
They could keep their
trying not to
kids
separate the
from the
parents from the
Okay.
parents from the mother and everything.
Yeah.
It's interesting dialogue, but it's an ongoing process.
Okay. So, and the last thing on my report is just a work session report from Sheriff's Office staffing. So Sheriff Brain discussed the significant staff turnover in his office, particularly among detention officers and deputies. Exit interviews indicate that the primary reasons for leaving are pay concerns. Salary compression has become a critical issue, with new hires earning wages close to or in some cases higher than experienced staff, which creates dissatisfaction and further turnover. And so the recommendation from staff is just to allow us to work with the sheriff to figure out some type of salary compression study, and just do a comparison to other counties to see what we can bring back to you all in November. And the sheriff has started to send us information, but not everything that we have requested. So we're waiting for some documentation from him before we can actually move forward. But we won't bring it back to you all into November for a recommendation.
Okay. So that's the end of the
Yes, ma'am. I'm
management
sorry. Yes,
report.
ma'am.
Mhm. Consent agenda items.
I just have one question on budget amendment 12. That's the lottery funds, 1.6 million?
Mhm.
What is that for?
So I think a few months back, I cannot think of what month, the school board sent over 2 recommendations for some renovations. So we got the funds, so that's just permission to budget the funds. So we signed the application and it's been sent off and it's been approved.
Yeah, I think you all approved that lottery application in
Yeah.
July, maybe?
That was that in the budget?
It wasn't.
Oh, it's not in the budget.
It's not in the budget, so
Right.
that's what the budget amendment's for, to budget it. Mhm.
Yes.
Receive the monies.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, and that's got nothing to do with any of these repairs we talked about.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, all the repairs will come from our local funds. So the lottery funds can't be the funding source. Yeah, that's right.
Vote for approval of the consent agenda.
We got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Ayes have it. Ms. Elena, Kelly.
Yes, we have appointments for the month. The Farmers Market Advisory Committee appoint Yvonne Pigram to fill a vacant position. The Opioid Committee appoint Javier Plummer to fill the EMS position, Caroline Burnett to fill the courts position, and Catherine Hazlitt to fill the Health Department position. And the American 250, we received 3 applications from Jerry Edmonds, Tim Hall, and Tim Blackburn to fill vacant positions.
Vote for approval of those appointments.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Ayes have it.
And I just have a quick comment about America 250. So once that committee is established, we'll set up our initial meeting, and the county has been awarded $10,000 for any activities that we choose to do between now and July 4th of next year.
So
So
how many can be on that committee? How many they need?
I just need about 10 people.
Yeah,
I
okay,
mean,
so
well,
we only
even if
got
we
three.
can, no, you all already appointed 3 a while ago. April, maybe?
So this is more ad. Okay. we
Uh-huh.
did.
I'm just
Okay,
trying to get more
okay.
people so
All
we
right.
can have a bigger committee. So if you all know anyone, please tell them to submit their application. Yeah, if I can get about 10 people, it would be
Okay,
good.
good. Okay. So this, get a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
We adjourn.
Y'all in 2 weeks, work session in 2 weeks. And so we got to advertise it as advertise a special call meeting? Okay. We'll advertise the meeting in 2 weeks as a special call meeting, but that's